Hello, it's Aerith Silence, Silverwolf of Love and Above, and I am here with today's Wellbeing Wednesday. And today's Wellbeing Wednesday, I'm going to talk about helping heal your own self-sabotage. So my question is, this is in form of a question, what would happen if you believe success was easy instead of hard? What would happen if you believed that success was easy instead of hard? I will start by saying I can it's difficult, and it's, we can self-sabotage our um purely by thinking that we can't do something, or it's too difficult to do, or there's so much to do for it and I'll get nothing back for it, or I'll, we can, those are some of my thoughts, but we all have our own thoughts about why we won't do something. Maybe they are justified. Maybe they are, I've done it before, I didn't enjoy it, I don't want to do it again. Great, that's fine, but you've made a decision and it is based on a real thought and a real action. You've tried it. But what if you haven't had tried it? What happens if, I think one of our biggest problems is that we look at the overall picture and we think, oh no, how are we going to even attempt doing that in our lives? Instead of looking at what's the next step, what's the next step after that, what's the next step after that. It's looking at how you do this on a step by step basis. Looking at people who have all this, hitting all their goals, achievements, all their dreams, what they've always wanted to do. And we can sit there and be so judgmental and think, hey, how did they become a success overnight? How did they manage this? How did they manage that? But what they will tell you automatically is that they do different things on different days to be able to do that. So success is hard if you look at it from an overall big picture point of view. Yes, success can be hard, but success can also be easy if we break it down into bite-sized chunks. Nobody sits there, or I have never seen, someone's going to call me out in this, but I've never seen anybody sit there and eat a steak in one mouthful, take the whole thing and just chomp it down. They eat, mouthful by mouthful, and that's exactly the same. And as soon as we start breaking it down into these easier things, so the first thing, as an example, run a marathon. If you're going to run a marathon, that thought can be overwhelming of, what, that's 26.2 miles. I don't know how much it is in kilometres off the top of my head, but I do know it's 26.2 miles. There's this big overwhelm of, I'm going to have to spend months, maybe years training for this marathon. I'm going to have to look at what I eat nutritionally, what I'm going to do during the race, how I'm going to get to the race. If I, do I need to stay overnight the night before because maybe it's in a different country? How am I going to have the right shoes for this? So many different things about how am I going to train for this. When, if we put it down into bite-sized chunk, the first thing could be, the very first thing you can do to help yourself be successful on this journey is, do I know someone who's run a marathon? And I can ask them how they did it. You don't even need to create your own blueprint. You could ask them, and maybe you're just like, oh, that might actually work for me. Let me see if I can do that. Or maybe you just put it out onto your network, because if you don't know anybody, and just say, hey, is there somebody run a marathon? Can I have, communicate with them, and, can I have maybe a half hour out of your time in the next couple of weeks? So, it's a goal of mine. I want to run a marathon. Tell me how you did it so that I can do it too. And maybe the first goal is just speaking to that one person to find out how they've done it, what was involved. And then you can start taking those little steps to make yourself successful to actually run a marathon. So, there we go. There is Wellbeing Wednesday. Let's not self-sabotage ourselves. Let's look at what we can do. Keep rocking your awesomeness, and if you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell button to get notified immediately when I put up another video. I put up 5 a week. Bye!